And welcome to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks. And those of you that might have been trying to watch us live on Facebook, we had a little electrical situation here. You may have gotten a little bit of it and then a blackout. And we're sorry. We apologize. We will not be up on Facebook this today. But we will be on YouTube and our regular channel 5 on Charter. And we may still be down on Comcast because of the tower. But anyway, we're glad y'all are back with us. We're glad to be back with you because we didn't know what was happening in here. But we thought maybe there was a thunderstorm or something. So anyway, I have my friend, Anne-Marie Brewer, dear friend, has been a friend for a long time. And she is on today to talk about volunteers. And she's with Tennova, in case people did not know. And so we want to talk about volunteers because I think she just told me this is volunteer week.
It is.
And she has Linda, one of her volunteers, with her. So kick us off on what's happening this week with volunteers.
It is. I'll say it again. It's National Volunteer Week. Woohoo. Woohoo. As I said earlier, we celebrate throughout the year, but this is the week that we honor our volunteers for either their dedication and what they give to the hospital. So we have a little party, and I always said we need to have an excuse for a party, so we made it National Volunteer Week.
I think that's great because Tennova has parties all the time. So, yeah.
And the volunteers have been at the hospital a long time. I have been with the volunteers almost 20 years through Cleveland Community. Let me see if we get them all right.
Yes.
Bradley, Sky Ridge, and Tennova.
That's right.
And Linda is with us today because I wanted her to talk a little bit about what she does as a volunteer because I don't think people really realize what you can do as a volunteer. Things have changed over the years with HIPAA, which is the federal act that doesn't allow it's confidentiality is basically what it is. But also some people think that volunteering at the hospital is associated with patient care, and it is not.
Emptying bedpans and things like
No,
that.
no,
That
no.
is
We don't
not
make you do
what it
that.
is.
No. And we have a variety, which I'll go over some with you in a minute. But I wanted Linda to talk about hers because it is a specialty position that she has, and it's not required that you have a certain certificate or degree, as she will talk about in a minute. So talk about yourself, Linda. And then
Yeah,
I'll
Linda,
move
tell
on.
us what your volunteer position is.
I volunteer in the pharmacy, and I'm the first volunteer the pharmacy has ever had, simply because I am a certified pharmacy technician, and I maintain my certification so I can work in the pharmacy. Also, with working in the pharmacy, I get the pharmacy tech students that come over from the technical school, and I get to work with them because I used to teach pharmacy technicians. So I enjoy working in the pharmacy because, as you know, drug names change all the time.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And, keeping up with what's happening in the pharmaceutical field. And just a great bunch of people to work with. So it is very interesting.
Very valuable. How long you been there? 3 years?
No.
4, 5, 2?
6.
6
We went through this the
Okay,
other day. I
6
said,
years.
I think I lost my mind last year.
Well, yes. You
Well,
may
I
have,
sort of
so-
did. I'm blaming it on the
Yes,
anesthetic.
yes.
But,
Yeah.
but I remember when Linda came, she moved here from Florida and joined us and has been very beneficial to that department. And this is rare.
Right.
What I have found with volunteers is it's interesting. I do have a volunteer that came to me when she moved here from Ohio and said, I was in the clerical field. I do not want to do anything with that or accounting and bookkeeping. And guess what department she's in?
Oh, my gosh, you didn't.
No, I didn't put her there. Of course not. No. What I do with a volunteer, if you all are interested, is we have you fill out an application. I see what you are interested in doing, and it lists the different departments. And then I have you pick 3 that you might be interested in, and I let you shadow each department for
That's a
4
good
hours
idea.
a day. And then you'd be surprised. And this is what happened with the volunteer that's in accounting. She thought she wanted to go somewhere else, and she shadowed, and you know who it is, and she ended up coming right back. And she loves it because she knows what she's doing in that department. They utilize her a lot, and she's very, very comfortable there. So, you never know. So that's what I tell people. Just, go ahead and visit each department and then make up your mind.
And guys and gals can
guys and
volunteer.
gals. Yeah, we don't have a lot of guys. I'm always getting requests for cute guys, but that doesn't happen. So I just had one this morning from the gift shop. Actually.
Did you really? Okay.
So that's another place you can volunteer is in the gift shop, and there you'll work the cash register and maybe help them stock and things like that. And we have a really nice gift shop. We have other volunteers in materials management, and they do filing and some stocking. We have them on the floors where they might help the patient tech work with helping the patient with, let's say, a blanket if they need a blanket in their room, or taking water to them if they can have water. So there's all types of things. They won't be doing the patient care, as we said, or helping with the bedpan or
Right.
things like that. But they might be taking something into the room for the nurse, or maybe helping them with some paperwork. Not much paperwork these days because of everything's computer oriented. So we have volunteers in the Women's Center, and they work the desk there, and maybe work the buzzer to let people come in when they come into that unit, because it is a closed unit.
Right.
So you have to work the buzzer. Where else do we have? Am I forgetting some of them? We have ambulatory. We have patients. We have volunteers in ambulatory that do take the patients out after surgery.
That's what I was, yes, and then,
Yeah.
and you have them that put the patient in the wheelchair, somebody puts the patient in the wheelchair,
yeah.
and they wheel them out the front door,
So you've
'cause
got to be
everybody
able
has
to
go.
do that.
Right.
Yeah, we used to have our volunteers on the front desk a lot, but we actually that became automated. That changed. Who had to be on the front desk, because there's more involved with that now, and sometimes the volunteers don't want to really get involved with that. So, if you're thinking about volunteering, it's not as
a great
detailed as what
opportunity.
you do, but it's an opportunity, and you might think of an area maybe that might need a volunteer, or a position may open that we didn't even think about. So, you never know.
There's a lot of different opportunities in the hospital, and by volunteering, you're actually helping free up a professional to be able to have more time to help with the patient, and it's very beneficial.
That is true. So basically, what kind of hours are we talking?
I said earlier, about 4 hours a
Okay.
week is what we had
Oh,
now.
a week, 4 hours a week.
We have volunteers I have one volunteer that worked 12 hours a week. She actually worked in, she's not doing that anymore. She worked in the gift shop. She worked the front desk. And then the other day she was home making baby bonnets, because we have some volunteers that are not in the hospital, but they make baby bonnets at home for all of our newborn babies. And so they work on the bonnets. They're made from scratch. And
How
then we
neat.
have
I did not
volunteers
know
that
that.
actually bag them. Yeah, I was hoping one of them could come today, but she had surgery, so she's not able to come.
my goodness.
And they tie a little ribbon around it, and then they deliver it. Then we have the volunteers that deliver it to the patient, which is a fun little job to
That
see
is
the
fun.
babies. Yeah.
That is neat. So if someone wants to volunteer, how do they get in touch with you?
The applications are at the front desk. They're always there, or in the gift shop. We keep them on the first floor. You fill it out, and then they keep it for me. I am not there all the time anymore. I'm just there
Amazing.
limited amount of hours a week. So I will get them when I come in, and we'll look at it and and see what we can do for you.
Right.
And you need a phone number, that they need to give you a phone number so you can
I
call
can call them,
or-
and then I'll interview with them. I tell you, one volunteer we have that some of the other hospitals have, and it's through our volunteer department, but we have actually a dog that's a volunteer. We have the pet therapy program.
Oh,
And so we
neat.
have a volunteer that takes the dog throughout the hospital, and I actually get calls from employees thanking me for having the dog on
Wow.
site, because it's really helped them in some circumstances.
How
So
often is the dog at the
she
hospital?
comes on Tuesdays, and she's
and
there
spends
for
the
the
day?
4 hours.
Oh, 4 hours. Okay. Now, is that kind of the limit that you can do?
Yeah, like I said, I have the one volunteer that worked 3 places, did a 12 hours. I have another volunteer who worked in the ER, and she thought, well, they might need some help in materials with stocking, because sometimes they can't get the stock to ERs quick, which she was really thinking on her feet. So she went down and volunteered in materials. So she's working in both places.
That is
So-
wonderful.
But
And
we think
done
like that.
extra hours when there's a shortage of materials. Like,
yeah, you all did.
We went in for several hours and bagged up EKG strips, so because there was a shortage of the pre-packed, and we had to take the bulk and break them down. And a lot of times there's shortages of medical equipment, especially since Puerto Rico got hit by the hurricane. There's only 59 pharmaceutical companies down there, so there's a lot of shortages right now.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So that's
And Linda's
interesting to
talking
know.
because she's one of those volunteers. I can call her and say, like she's here today for me. But
Uh-huh,
I'll say, Linda, you think you might be able to come in on Thursday? and help me do this, and she'll come in. So
And that's good to have people like
yeah,
that.
because if something comes up like that, you can't pull an employee off a job.
Oh, no.
You know,
No, no.
so it's great when we can have the volunteers come in. They'll come in and help me with events and different things that are going on. So it's great.
And speaking of things going on, too, now that we've talked about the volunteers, we still have Senior Circle
We do.
at
we,
Tennova, which is an
yes.
awesome thing.
Yeah, it's not changed except for a couple of things. We've notified everybody, but as the first of the year, you don't have to pay anymore.
It's
it used
free.
to be it was national, but with that $15 a year, you got benefits. It was eyeglasses, ADT discounts, a lot of national benefits. So. As of the first of the year, they had stopped that, and we're Senior Circle Tennova Hospital. So it's just our hospital that's running it, and there's no charge. You still have to fill out an application, and they are throughout the hospital also. And then you still get a little card
Right, I
so we
got
can get
mine.
into events because, we're limited on space. And Linda's also involved in that, and she and a bunch of other ladies started the Knitters Club. You can tell them about the
It's,
Knitters Club.
Crafters, seniors crafters. We meet every Thursday from 12 to 2 in the cafeteria. And we take up, about 4 or 5 tables. And individuals, whatever your craft is, you can come and sit there and we'll gab and do our crafting. We don't. A lot of people come up and say, "Well, can you teach me how to knit?" No,
because I call it the Knitters Club.
Yeah, or crochet or whatever. We don't really have classes, but we'll talk to each other and share ideas and share patterns and different things, and it's a nice group, and they enjoy themselves.
And it's grown over the years.
It has grown.
And can you eat while you crochet?
And they do that too. They
Well, we come in and we eat
first.
and then we get a discount with our Senior Circle card in the cafeteria, which is nice. And on days, I don't know if you want me to say this, but on days that you volunteer,
Oh yeah, tell
you
them
get
that.
to eat free.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
tell them that.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
and it used to be you got a free membership to Senior Circle, but now everybody's free,
Right,
so it doesn't.
right.
But yeah, you get the day you're working, you get to eat free.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Because
And then we have parties all the time.
and then you have parties all the time. So you get a thank you, a free meal,
Yeah.
and a party every
Yeah.
once in a while.
And then you sell your wares too. They have a
Yes.
table on the
We have a
side where they
table where
sell.
we sell.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a nice handmade scarf, cap, little items, dishcloths, hot pads, whatever, stop by our table on Thursdays from 12 to 2 because we do sell our items and they're all handmade and they're nice.
And they take
Neat.
special orders too. I ordered a camo hat.
Yes,
Aren't you
you
making
did.
that right now? Hope you haven't. No, I'm teasing.
Why did you want a camo?
I
hat?
have a niece that loves everything
Oh,
in camo, and I
okay.
looked down and saw one of those little caps, and I always try and send her something cute in her Christmas stuff that's related to camo. So
So I hope she's not watching the show, or she's
she's
going to
in
know.
New
what
York.
she-
She's,
okay,
I
no,
doubt
no,
she's watching.
she-
I don't
she
think it
won't know.
reaches that far.
You just never know.
I mean, you may someday,
since-
Nancy, but I'm
well,
not
yeah,
sure
that-
it's in
we
New
go to the
York.
big time. But since we blew the Facebook today, we don't have to worry about her knowing
No,
about that.
I
So-
don't know if she'd have time. She's busy with her little business.
Yes, she is, and I need to talk to you about that one of these days.
Well, we will.
But yeah,
So we're doing the same thing. I just wanted to say we still have our exercise with Senior Circle. We still have our crafts group. We have our lunch and learn each month. We have our birthday bingo. We're having our picnic, which is only for Senior Circle members, and you have to reserve, and that'll be May 22nd. We're starting a game night this week. See how that goes. We tried it, I think, 2 years ago, and it did well for a little while, but like anything else, it didn't keep on. And because other people are doing game nights too. So we're going to try it again. And then those of you that know me know we had Healthy Women, and those of you out there that have been Healthy Women know about our Healthy Women in the past, and we haven't done that these last year, and we won't be doing it anymore.
Right.
But we're going to try and incorporate our favorite people into Senior Circle with
Yes.
Ace Hardware. That was our most well attended besides our anniversary party. And so they're going to come in, let me see, June, see if I remember
June the
right.
19th,
June
I
9th.
believe.
Dirt and Dessert, we call it. And they'll be doing some gardening tips for us at Nancy's Church, Broad Street.
Broad Street,
United Methodist. So you need to, I don't think any of this is available online, and I apologize for that because it's all under the Tennova brand, and not all the hospital information is on site. So, and since this is just a hospital group. We don't have it online, but we'll be glad to send you our little newsletter if you're interested, and you will get that once you join. Since it is a free membership, why not? Just
do
like
they-
the volunteers. Volunteer and you get a free meal.
There you go. And who do they need to contact?
That is 559-6887. And Nancy Griswold, who's been with us for years, who
back.
retired and came back.
I love the way y'all do that at
We
Tennova.
leave and we come back.
No,
we don't
no.
know what it is. But and then Rachel Brannon works part-time too also. So either same number or you can call me and just
Yep.
ask for Anne Marie. They'll know who I am.
Yes, if you just call the hospital number,
They'll know.
they'll put you straight through to Anne Marie, who may or may not be able to take your call.
No, I may not be there, but I will call you back.
Because even though she is working limited hours now, she's still working.
Did you
and
not
look-
want me to work?
No, I want you to work. And I want you to work from now on, because I think they need you. But anyway, ladies, thank you all so much for being on with me today. I really appreciate it. We've covered the National Volunteer Week and the fact that we need volunteers at
Yes.
Tennova.
Right.
Come on down.
And then we have the Senior Circle.
Circle.
And then we have our event that's coming up with Ace Hardware.
Yep, we do.
So I think that sounds great.
We have a good time.
Yes, we do. We absolutely do. And all of those things that we do. I am not a volunteer over there.
I think you do enough volunteering. We thank you for having us today.
Well,
And
thank
like
you
I
all
said,
so much.
You are my hero. You are the ultimate volunteer.
Shoot. That is the ultimate volunteer.
And when you get some time, maybe you can come volunteer.
I would love to.
I have a perfect place for
I
you.
bet you do. And I bet I don't even want to be there. Folks, don't go away. I'll be back with another guest, very interesting guest, just as these two have been. And remember what I say, watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills, and I'll be right back.